want to get to that breaking news of a U-Haul chase on the 10 right now in Boyle Heights.
Yeah, I think they actually got off the freeway here. It's Guy Callie is trying to find them. There's the U-Haul right there. Guy Callie is trying to find them. There's the U-Haul right there. And you see several police cruisers right behind it. But Gio, as you mentioned, we know that it was on the freeway through Boyle Heights. We've just gotten over this a few moments ago. We're still working to find out why police were chasing this U-Haul, but we did see that driver take off pretty quickly down the freeway. And now you can see that person, it looks like maybe has a phone in their hand because the light is so bright on their face.
Reflecting, hard to tell if there's anybody else in that vehicle as well, but they're moving around quite a lot. I'm not sure if that's in response to the officers' actions. You know, typically we would see like hands out and everything else. You also have to consider the fact that the U-Haul truck, and there it goes. Now we're taking off again. As you can imagine, noting a U-Haul truck being the centerpiece of this pursuit right now, that draws a lot of attention. And even we were sitting here wondering what exactly was going on for a brief moment, because you don't typically see U-Haul trucks or even vehicles often of this size.
We don't typically see, but we've seen them as of recent several times. In fact, you guys covered a chase with a
milk hauler a few months ago. There's that. So it's not impossible. It is rare, but you know, here you are, and all of a sudden it's speeding through on surface streets in Boyle Heights, and you know, automatically you can sort of wonder how the dynamics change for officers when this
You're
sort of thing pops up.
talking about different tactics, right?
Yeah.
Things like using spike strips would probably be great on a U-Haul, but other tactics may not work so well.
Be unsure about a pit maneuver
Yeah,
in a case
pit
like
maneuver
this.
would probably be dangerous, especially for officers. And I don't think I've ever seen it happen. I can't say it hasn't happened.
Right.
But it would be interesting to see. At times, I'm not sure if the U-Haul is stopping because of traffic here. It's hard to see because of this tree. But at times we have seen the driver stop and keep going. It looks like there's a bit of traffic.
It is traffic. And I think part of that probably has to do with the fact that, you know, even just comparing it to that chase we had a couple of hours ago, weaving in and out of traffic, the maneuverability, it kind of goes without saying, on a U-Haul truck and any vehicle of this size is a lot more difficult than it is on a typical sedan or SUV. So we might even see a lot more stopping and starting as we're zoomed in right now, so you can get a better look for a second. I know the trees are kind of getting in the way on the driver. So far, we're unable to tell if there's anybody else in that vehicle right now, or even how all of this started, because of course, when it comes to U-Haul trucks like this, you typically rent them out, you know, when you're moving or doing something similar. So it's hard to tell. Obviously, we're working on getting that information for you as to how this began. But right now, a lot of stop and go, because right here, you're stuck behind a pickup truck. And I'm not sure this driver feels comfortable weaving out aggressively.
No, take a look.
Traffic.
You can see they're lighting up something. It looked like they took a lighter to whether it's a cigarette or something. But you definitely saw what looked like the driver there holding a lighter, lighting something up here. You see it
oh yeah, there it is right there. That's a lighter.
There you go. And you can get a very clear picture of this driver. Is this a woman?
It looks like a woman. I was going to agree with you on that one.
I'm seeing maybe dangling something from the ears. It's hard to see from our vantage point here. But they have the window down. Again, we don't know why this chase started, but we have seen them take this U-Haul here at pretty fast speeds, especially for a street. You can see coming to a stop right here.
A lot of that stop and go, really, because now you're seeing 4 law enforcement vehicles in your frame. As we zoom in again, you're trying to make out what they have in their hand there. Because it's been
repeated. Looks like they're lighting something up, whether or not they're smoking a cigarette or something of that nature, but it looks like they're definitely taking the lighter close to their face there.
And right now, getting past 50 miles an hour. And again, the thing with these trucks, when you're speeding that high and that fast, it's hard to maintain a control of a car like that, especially when the speeds get a lot higher. So you have to imagine when we're seeing them speed up like this, it's on these long stretches of no traffic or anybody else that's in the way. And then that's the other thing. There was a bit of a pivot there where they kind of hit a small bump and you could see the truck bounce. Now I bring that up because in that previous pursuit we saw that a couple of times where they were going 60 to 70 miles an hour and then it kind of lifted off the ground a bit.
So that's dangerous. I'm trying to make out this is El Monte police. Yep. We're coming a pretty decent distance from El Monte now. We passed the Boyle Heights area, now near Soto and Washington Boulevard here. We know at one point they were on the freeway there. I believe we got them on the 5, right?
I think it was maybe it was the 10-5 interchange.
Yeah, 10-5
right
interchange is when we got over this. So giving us a little more information, this possibly started by El Monte trying to stop this U-Haul and this driver, and has now gone through Boyle Heights and now near Soto Street and East Washington Boulevard. The interesting part of this, Gio, there's a lot of movement from this driver.
Absolutely.
Which is always a pretty dangerous sign. You know, officers are wondering, what is she grabbing? What is she doing in there? I feel it's safe to say this is a woman.
Yeah.
But they don't know what's in this U-Haul, and even that's all causes a bit of concern for safety.
Right, especially with all the space that's sitting in there in the back. You don't know what's in there, and the fact that when you get these abrupt stops, there she is right there again, either lighting something. It's incredibly hard to tell, but this is at least the 5th, maybe more than that time. We've seen this many times, basically, in just the last 5 minutes, and just moving back and forth between that
very
passenger
erratic,
seat.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's incredibly strange and concerning, too, because then that just right here, then you start picking up speed again, and we haven't seen officers during those elongated stops make any close approach to the driver because of those concerns.
I am wondering, though, because we were zoomed in on the U-Haul there, if officers normally, when the pursuit suspect does come to a stop, they'll get out of their cars, they'll point their weapons at the car, give them commands to come out. We can't see that given that we were zoomed in on the U-Haul there, and we can't hear those commands. But hopefully we can get some of that information from our news desk. Sometimes they're listening to the scanners. But at this point, this driver really taking off. Another interesting point, though, is that they are following traffic.
Yes.
Anytime traffic stops, they stop. But then we're seeing 70 miles per hour down a residential street, or I should say just a city street.
Yeah, that's the thing, because all of a sudden,
they're gonna be coming to this very industrial area of Southgate, East Los Angeles here. And a lot of industrial buildings and not as much traffic.
And you wonder too, and I don't.
You see a city bus there,
and you see someone was right there on the corner of the intersection too. It was scary, but I don't. You wonder also at a certain point whether or not police will start, going into a bit more of a tracking surveillance mode to maybe de-escalate the situation, especially if they consider the driver incredibly erratic. I mean, right now, this is the biggest gap of space we've seen so far since we bumped in with this pursuit. And at one point, we saw 3-4 officers, patrol cars directly behind when that driver stopped at an intersection in the middle of traffic. But since then, just taking off. And anytime there's a bump, it starts making me really nervous because it's just such an unbalanced vehicle and not something really that you can just drive comfortably, even in regular traffic. For any of us who have used these types of trucks before, these are not easy things to drive, especially regardless if there's something in the back or not, and then add an extra degree of difficulty if there is something in the back of the truck.
That'll weigh it down there. But if there's nothing in the back of the truck, this thing is probably going to move rather quickly, sway side to side. My question now is, I wonder what tactics officers are going to try to use. At this point, we know El Monte police staying on this, despite this now being an LAPD, maybe Southgate territory. I would say this is probably still LAPD territory here. It doesn't look like El Monte is going to give this one up. No,
and right now too, this is one of those dynamics right here where we wonder if
gonna get out.
Right, if they're going to get out, or if they're like shouting commands over to the driver where I see
Oh,
a reflection and there they go.
They're trying to get the spike strips, getting the spike strips right under those tires. Did you see?
Yep.
That officer
Just snuck them in and backed off. Yep.
Wow, that was pretty successful.
Yeah, very smooth, and it's almost like the driver didn't even notice.
I don't think the driver even noticed that happened, so we'll have to see if they're successful.
Also because, and to your point, Leslie, about how effective it was, that you saw that officer come up on the back right side of the vehicle, and because it's so wide and the vantage points and the fact that this driver seems to be distracted every time they stop, it really was smooth, and we're about to see what happens.
That was smooth, and I don't think I've seen an officer get that close to a vehicle.
Yep. Oh,
to
here we go. Let's see.
That they're successful in this spike strip. It looks like, of course,
yep,
it was almost right under that tire.
Yeah, and just picked it right back up. So, I mean, hey, as far as we can tell right now, that was a successfully deployed spike strip, and now we just sort of waited out here for a few minutes to see if that does anything. And taking a look there, SkyCal zooming in for you on the back tire. So we'll see what happens. But I was going to point out too, in that moment we saw that. That light reflecting again from the driver. And, earlier, right here, video on the right side of your screen showing that officer just kind of efficiently moving in, dropping it in front of that back right tire, and then going right back to the vehicle, efficiently getting in and getting out. And it almost seemed like that driver didn't even notice at all, picking up speed right now as we continue down. It looks like Slauson and Maywood. But I mean, it's still dangerous. Even if it was successful in that moment, we still have that time right now where we're worried about what might happen next.
That tire has some time before we start to see that spike strip move. But you can see they're kind of losing control here.
Yeah, and again, that goes back to that danger and worry about something regarding
going this fast, going almost 80 miles per hour down these city streets with one tire that this driver, I don't think noticed that they drove over those spike strips there. Yeah, it can be a very dangerous situation here.
Yeah, we're being told we have Dave Avila over the air right now. Dave, can you hear us all right? Looks like we're working on establishing that connection in just a second. It's been a little spotty throughout the day right now, and we'll get his perspective on things in just a moment as we zoom back in on that tire to see if there's anything that we can check out. Oh, and just wondering if maybe they just slowed down there. Again, avoiding traffic. I mean, there are these momentary bursts of speed before then slowing down.
And I would say a momentary burst of aggression, right? You see this pursuit driver become more aggressive in the way that they're driving. We have glitch here in the SkyCal camera there. But we're now seeing this driver really pick up speed, drive through intersections. Before they were waiting with traffic at these different intersection lights for the light to turn green. Now this driver's kind of just booking it and doing what they want. Yeah,
and at least if there's any positive to take out of this, we're not seeing veering into, across medians on the opposite side of traffic. And here we go. This is one of those spots, Leslie, as you pointed out, where traffic is sort of commandeering the situation and forcing the stoppage and at least the slowdown of this U-Haul driver, who again might not even know that a spike strip was deployed on that back tire, and still approaching everything as if it's quote unquote normal over the course of this pursuit right now.
In a moment here, we're going to have to join in our CBS LA viewers, so we're going to take a moment to do that in a moment here.
Yeah, and about, and all these moments here where we're just keeping an eye on what's going on, and now it looks like maybe they're getting right back on the freeway, and I mean, that would concern me even more too, especially because that invites just going even faster. And if that spike strip was effective in any way, I start getting really nervous about a U-Haul truck going at fast speeds on a freeway.
Yeah, you're talking about a vehicle that is much larger than most pursuits that we cover. And right now we know the back right tire.
And at this moment, we do want to welcome in our CBS 2 viewers right now. We're simulcasting on KCAL and on KCBS, letting you know about this ongoing pursuit of a U-Haul that I believe started in the Boyle Heights area. El Monte police have been in pursuit of this for a good amount of time so far, and we've seen them at points on the 10-5 interchange, we believe, at one moment, hanging out on surface streets for quite a while, and right now on the freeway. But it's important to note that police did successfully, at least from our perspective, perspective, deployed a spike strip on the back end.
Yeah, one spike strip successful. Dave Avila, retired LAPD helicopter pilot. Can you hear us?
Yes. How do you have me now?
Perfect. We hear you loud and clear. Thank you for joining us tonight. Dave, we just ran through what we know about this pursuit suspect, now headed down the 710 South. Can you tell us anything you're hearing from your sources? We believe El Monte Police was the agency that first picked this up.
Yeah, I called and confirmed with that it was El Monte, and why they pulled this thing over, they hit it. I'm not sure if it was a traffic violation. That's what I was trying to clarify or not. But once the pursuit started, it was on. But yeah, they definitely got that right rear tire spiked, and if anything, it's going to start dragging that vehicle. Now, when it changed lanes here a while back, it actually swerved a little bit. I noticed it wasn't an even lane change, but they're going to stay on it. From what I'm understanding, they're going to stay right on it. They have got the helicopter overhead, and I like the idea that they got this thing lit up. The air unit has it lit up.
Yeah, we were just showing video on the right side of your screen, Dave, of earlier where that spike strip was successfully deployed. You know, one of the things Leslie and I have been talking about for a few minutes now is the fact that this being a larger vehicle than we're typically used to covering in pursuits, I mean, the danger's got to be heightened, right? Because it's hard enough to manage and maneuver those U-Haul trucks on a regular basis, let alone now when you're climbing speeds at a high rate, and then the driver might not even know that the back tire is spiked, and that might also you know, cause some confusion or otherwise potential danger, especially on a freeway.
Yeah, all the above. I mean, this thing is it's a large vehicle. If they try to pit it, I don't know if that's going to work. I don't think many departments would try and pit it, but I like that they got the spike strip set underneath the right rear tire. You know, the other thing too is, you know, unusual pursuits, we can run the plate. They can call up and see who the owner is. This is a U-Haul truck, and I've dealt with them before. Their businesses are usually closed, so it's going to be hard to follow up on this thing to see where it's at. If you notice that turn there, it was kind of hopping.
Yeah, a couple times we've seen it when they pick up speed start to really wobble and hop there. You see it here. It's that back rear tire that we're looking at. That was the one where they were able to successfully spike strip it. At this point, I want to give people a location because now we're off the freeway here. We're at Firestone and Garfield, right near Southgate, East Los Angeles area. And it looks like CHP took over this for a while from El Monte.
Yes, they did. You know, once they get on the freeway, we know how that works. They'll hand it off. They have to be requested, and that's exactly what El Monte did, is they requested CHP to go ahead and take this thing over. And we know how aggressive they are, so we'll see if they plan to do anything further with this as far as maybe a stop somewhere. But, you know, like you had mentioned, yeah, it's a dangerous pursuit. They all are. This suspect here is actually slowing down, kind of staying in the lane. So I don't think they're inebriated or under drugs or anything. I really can't say, but it's the way that they're driving, the way that you had spoke about earlier.
Yeah, Dave, I want to say that moments ago, and I don't know if you'll see it here, we did see the driver lighting something. It looks like they're possibly smoking something. We saw them take a lighter to something a few times. We don't know if it's a cigarette or something else. You can get a good look at that driver who looks a bit, I don't know, agitated or
maybe perplexed. It's hard to tell. And then based on our earlier perspective when we zoomed in on that tire earlier, I was trying to make out to see if there was anybody else in the vehicle. It didn't look like there was. It looks like it is just this one person driving this U-Haul truck, and again, get these bursts of high speed and then flowing with traffic. That's where we are right now in terms of just staying in their lanes, not veering left and right, away from other people. It's hard to tell and pair the behavior of the individual with what's been going on before, considering how seemingly erratic they look and the smoking and everything else. But I mean, and then here we go. And then this is what we're talking about, getting that burst of speed and going forward. Dave, is it really just a matter of wait and see here in terms of that earlier spike strip? And as we take a look at the video of that smoking from earlier, at least what looked to be smoking from earlier, that every time we zoom in kind of seems to be a pattern of behavior. But Dave, is it really just waiting and seeing until that tire sort of gives out before officers potentially move in?
Well, that's definitely the hope here. You know, that when we spike it, hopefully it'll just start going down. Like I mentioned earlier, that'll start dragging it, dragging the vehicle, maybe slow it down. As far as maneuverability, I don't know if it's going to really take effect of that. But go ahead. I think you were going to say something.
No, there was a tow truck that was in the way that ended up stopping for the vehicle, and the vehicle continued on. But finish your thought. I'm sorry, Dave.
Oh, no, not at all. Yeah, so they're going to go ahead, and as far as I could tell right now, and yes, as far as I'm hearing, there's one suspect that they'd seen. If there's anybody else in there, they'd have to be crouching down, but they truly believe there's only one suspect in there. So it's...
and as we've been watching this person, you could tell there's a lot of movement. They've been moving a lot, that possibly lighting up something of some sort. It looked like some type of cigarette, and obviously continuing to drive even faster now as we're headed towards the Downey-Norwalk area. But it looks like CHP. I'm not seeing CHP on this right now.
Right.
Did they pull back?
I think they went into the tracking mode,
Okay.
or maybe the local PD is going to go ahead or they talked to somebody, but their supervisor may have come up on the air and just said, okay, guys, go ahead and just let's go ahead and pull off this thing. Because as you had mentioned, when they were behind them, yeah, that suspect did pick up speed. But now that they pulled off, you know, it's that old de-escalation thing that they try. And it's worked in the past. Hopefully it'll work here.
Yeah, especially considering that you have a tire that could start deflating and giving out. And our concern earlier, Dave, was the fact that, you know, if you hit a speed bump or you're going at incredibly high speeds, I think here we are at the, I thought that was a cul-de-sac, might have been a dead end. Instead, they're just going to keep going.
Right.
But we were worried about the fact that if you're picking up speed and maybe this driver didn't even know.
Like they're coming to a stop here.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Air Unit's going to start broadcasting, you know, the location to the unit. So there you are. They are in the vicinity. Now,
the person is getting out. They took something with them, a bag with them, and just taken off. But you wonder, where are they going to go?
And if they know if this is the neighborhood, like their neighborhood, or if it's a familiar area to them.
Yeah, we've seen it before where they like to go to where they have friends or friends or family. But their unit's got it lit up and definitely putting out there. It's at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, the bottom of the screen, right there.
Go to the bottom of the screen. There you go. And what they do is that the air unit's putting out a description of the suspect. They got the bag, and directing any units in the vicinity in on this. There we go. Yeah, so the unit was right on it, even though they're not in the vicinity. We're going. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you could almost tell the driver there slowed down as if to just act casual and perhaps try to throw the scent off that they weren't the person.
The eyes on,
but yeah, there was no losing sight.
Yeah.
It looks...
So what they'll do? What they'll do now is they'll have somebody deploy over to the truck just to make sure there's nobody else in there and you know, and in the back also. So yeah, I mean, this could have been anything at all. You know, family dispute. She wanted to get away, whatever the heck it was, but.
Well, it definitely lasted for quite a while for a U-Haul to make its way from El Monte down to the Downey-Norwalk area. CHP, I believe, putting this to an end after pulling back. The driver just gave up on their own and started running, and officers were there in time to be able to arrest this person.
Yeah, it really seemed, Dave, like that that backtracking, that sort of, you know, separating themselves a bit and de-escalating the situation worked in their favor, because it seemed like it might have given that driver a false sense of security, and here we are.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it does work at different times. So yeah, it was a good thing to see. It was a good decision by the incident commander, and this is what we were hoping for. Just come to an end, stop, get out of it, and do what you need to do. But Yeah, that was a wild ride.
Yeah,
Scary at times.
Definitely. It got scary there for a while, especially after one of those successful spike strips. But they didn't need any more. As you mentioned, Gio, it looks like backing off and de-escalating the situation actually just got this driver to give up. But there you can see the U-Haul that driver was in. It doesn't look like anyone else is there. Of course, law enforcement will have to check it out. But for now, this thing coming to a rather peaceful end.
Dave, thank you so much for joining us on this Saturday evening. We always appreciate you.
No worries anytime. You both take care and be safe out there.
Thank you. You as well.
Thank you.